friends, I'm the vegan. Dessert time. I make a Snickers cake, but it is not, I don't call it Snickers. It is about peanuts, caramel and chocolate. Very easy. Everybody knows that. It's a classic. But I do it my way, of course. I deconstruct the whole thing. I make a little cake here. I have a small, I want to try something new. I have a small one only, 15 centimeters or 12 centimeters, not too much. Line with parchment paper. And so I will first make a little crust. Very simple. I just use almonds and dates here for the small crust. I have 1.5 cups of almonds and maybe 10 dates or so. Yeah, 10 dates, that's it. Oh, sorry. One thing I get to make the almonds first, get the dates out again, because that takes more time when I put it all together in. First the almonds. It's very quick. And then I come back to the dates. I have ground the almonds to a coarse meal, and it won't be a lot finer once the dates are in. So now the dates are in, and it takes another maybe 2 minutes or so until the sticky dough. In a moment. I call it sticky dough. Here you can see maybe 2 minutes or so, and if you press it together, it has to stick together to have a firm crust to cut the pieces of the cake from. So let's see. I have a nice tool here, comes with the food processor, very versatile, so you get in all the corners. That's always the thing with these tools like a blender or a food processor. I need a good tool to get everything out of the containers, for the blender as well. So these kind of things are important. Small, insignificant, but in daily life they are so helpful. All these tools are. So now I press it into the springform evenly. I spread it evenly before I begin to press it, actually. Otherwise, once I begin to press it down on the sticky dough, I cannot move it anymore. So you have to find a nice balance. And now I can begin to press. And I come back in a moment. The dough is in the sticky crust, and the crust is ready. And I'll show you what it looks like. Took another 2 minutes to get a really firm crust. It has to be nice, but done thoroughly. Here the sides have to be pushed down, and this too, you see my knuckles here. Very important, but now I have a nice crust. It's very easy to make. I can now put the third part in here, 2 parts in there, you might have noticed, dates and almonds. And the third part, there will be the peanuts. Yeah, that's the third part I count. But, so I found out how many peanuts I will need to make one good layer. So before I put anything into the form, I put some peanuts in there. So I see how much I need, and then I put them here. It's about a cup or so. But I won't put them in right away, because when I put them now onto the crust, they roll down. So to have them stick here, I need a little bit of glue, and that will be my caramel. I show you to make the caramel now, and it's also classic, for me at least, in my kitchen. I simply take dates and pine nuts. To me that's the best combination to make a nice and simple caramel. It's pretty much the same flavor. These pine nuts have this wonderful strong flavor from the pines, from the trees, and they pretty much, with the malty dates, they get this, you get this sugary, from molten sugar, this strong flavor from the typical for the caramel. And I will also, as it is for the peanuts, I will put a little bit of salt into it, just the tip of a knife, yeah, just a pinch, not too much really. Himalayan salt I usually use, because just a little bit to give it a nice little edge for that, a zing for that caramel. So a little bit of water to begin. I don't need too much. It shouldn't be runny. Yeah, maybe I have to add a little some water in the moment. Blender dance. It's a little bit tough work for the blender. The dry dates and the pine nuts are soft, but the date mousse, that is a little bit of a job, but it seems to be okay. Let me taste it quickly. There we go. Caramel flavor. So I put this caramel, I show it to you because it's not runny enough. So I show you, this is the caramel, see? Not too runny, because it shouldn't run from the cake. That would be not so nice. And I want to make it the easy version, just blending the dates with the pine nuts. That's easy. So I put some of this onto the cake. Let's see. Yeah, that is a good amount. Shouldn't be too much, because I want to just have it for a kind of glue for the peanuts. That's the thing, the Snickers trick. So that's what I have here now. I'll show you in a moment my layer of caramel. See, it's a little bit runny. See, but not too much. Pretty firm. And now that's the right glue for the peanuts. That is the main part here. I show you again the wild peanuts with these dots, with these dark dots here. They're a little bit more expensive, but I like them a little bit better. You can take any kind of peanuts, of course, just to make it a little bit more fancy. And I like these peanuts best. They're from the jungle even. That's what they say. So I press it now down, the peanuts into the glue, into the caramel. And that's pretty much the plan, that the caramel keeps the peanuts from falling down. At the same time, the peanuts, they keep the caramel from running away. So this is a win-win situation here. So this is what I have here now. I have the peanuts. They are now held by the caramel. I'll show you one peanut layer. You see. And on top of the peanut layer, I will now make a chocolate. And for the chocolate, I don't really care now. There just here's no dates in there, and pine nuts. That's almost no problem for the chocolate. I don't wash that blender now. I just put some cashews and some more dates into this. Here I have some cashews for the chocolate, some dates. To make it sweet. I begin with that maybe half of the cashews and the dates in order not to have a lot. I just use the rest of the pine nuts here. Now put some water again, and I will blend it to make it creamy, to have a nice chocolate. Very easy, just always simple. One more blender dance. So let's see what I have here. Yeah, that looks like a nice cream. It's a cashew cream now, basically. Nice. And the cashew cream is based for chocolate. And to get the chocolatey character, I have to put some cacao powder in there. See, just 2 tablespoons cacao powder. And I will season it with a little bit of vanilla powder. Just a little bit to make it nicer. Chocolate and vanilla is amazing together. And to get it firm, it has to firm up in the end, I put cacao butter on top. You see I have here a little bath. Here's hot water in this cup. On top of the hot water I have the little bath with cacao butter that's liquefied by the warm water here. And still it's a raw cacao butter, so perfectly to pour into the cacao cream here, the cashew cream with cacao powder and the vanilla. One more blending and the chocolate is ready to pour. So, I have to taste the chocolate now. Must be also delicious. Always make sure. It looks good. Perfect chocolate. I can taste the Snickers already. Okay. So now I show you the chocolate. You see the chocolate that is runny still. As you can see, it runs onto the peanuts with the caramel. You see? That's perfect. I will just take the scraper again and put the rest of the chocolate on top. Spread it evenly. And I will put a little foil on top, put it in the refrigerator, and then once it cooled down, I'll cut my first Snickers piece out. And I'll show you the piece, of course. That's what I have now. It's a nice little chocolate surface. And we'll see what happens here. My first Snickers cake. I always wanted to make one, now I tried. Let's see what happens. If you enjoy, I will be very glad if you like, thumbs up, and maybe even subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.